Welcome back to ufantasyfootball.com. Today I'm going to talk about some of my sleepers and some of the underrated players. Okay, first two that come to mind are slowly rising up the ranks: Marvin Harrison and Rudy Johnson. People are starting to realize that these two guys are, you know, being vastly overlooked. They had terrible seasons last year, but they've been models of consistency previously. They're aging a little bit, but I still think that window of fantasy opportunity is there with these two guys. From all accounts in Colts camp, Marvin Harrison looks great. If he's if he's healthy from day one of the season, there's no reason he shouldn't get 10 touchdowns and 1,100 yards. So I think Marvin Harrison's a good pick right now. His ADP is, I believe, is early fifth, and that's even moved up a little bit from mid fifth. So Marvin Harrison presents a good value if you can get him. If you can get him anywhere from late third to the fourth round. And then there's Rudy Johnson. The Bengals are going to run the ball more and probably look to get Chad Johnson involved less with as much as he's been complaining. So I think they're going to try to build up the running game and look for Rudy Johnson to bounce back. He was injured last year. He has been, that 1,312 guy previously. So if you can get Rudy Johnson in the fourth round, that would be a tremendous value. And also, I think when you're looking for sleepers in fantasy football, you have to look at the prolific offenses and see the players that are being overlooked. And right now, I think that that falls to Ben Watson as a tight end. Ben Watson was also injured last year, so he's a little bit under the radar. But the Patriots' offense produces a lot of close passing touchdowns, and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, they like to look for those the big tight ends when they're around the goal line rather than just running it in. So I think Ben Watson's a good pick, in the 13th round. And then also on the Patriots, I like Jabbar Gaffney and Chad Jackson. It's not certain who's going to take over that at that number three spot, but whoever does will have plenty of room and is likely to get a lot of cheap touchdowns. So look in the training camp, see who's doing well. Gaffney played well last season, uh, and Chad Jackson has moments. Watch training camp, watch that develop. Right now, I give the edge to Gaffney, but those two are a nice late round flyer. And last on my list today, I have Ernest Graham. Ernest Graham is consistently being drafted in the fourth round. Last season, he had a very solid fantasy year, including 10 touchdowns. And I think he's going to, I mean, despite Warrick Dunn's presence, Warrick Dunn is not a touchdown scorer. So, yes, Warrick Dunn may subtract a few yards from, he may subtract a few yards from Ernest Graham, but Graham's going to get the touchdown carries as he proved he could get into the end zone last year for John Gruden. So that's all for my fantasy football sleepers in this round. I have more. Keep watching, and we'll talk about some more later. This session was sponsored by ProSheetSheets.com.